What's your job? Is it not to be happy? Happiness. It positively and significantly impacts your work performance. A significant number of us are facing the ongoing challenge of having to balance work with our personal lifestyles. How can we create working environments where employees have a life outside of their work, where they are free from burnout, and where company objectives are equally met? How can we facilitate an environment where employees are engaged in their work, where productivity is not compromised, and where growth is inclusive? You see, to keep alive, we work. And some of us don't even count work as part of life. It's like a living sacrifice for life. How important is the physical and mental well-being of employees in the workplace? You see, most of us spend a significant amount of our time working. The remaining time we spend worrying about keeping the lights on. In exchange for our labor, we get subsistence for living. You see, it seems for a significant number of us, our livelihoods are dependent on factors we have little to no control over. Hence, there seems to be a missing component in our success stories that correlates with being happy. And while we try to figure all of that out, automation is here. And it does not cost your employer half the trouble of your unpaid leave. The reality, though, is that failure in performing tasks, stress, absenteeism, those things compromise productivity. Salary increases and business life cycles. So your mental health today can have a ripple effect on the company and the sustainability of the company you work for. How do we find the balance? Some people say it's respect in the workplace, it's security, it's trust, it's an environment, it's growth, its benefits, etc. These are some of the factors that people say lead to job satisfaction. Because, ekugqibeleni, no one wants a dead-end job. And job insecurity increases anxiety and stress. And how you relate to your colleagues matters. Because a paycheck is not the reason or the only reason you stay. Being able to retain employees helps to create a better working environment. And it increases productivity, which in turn increases profits. Now this better enables companies to equip themselves and their employees in training, which then positively increases employee loyalty. How do we become ambassadors of the companies we work for? Is it not when we do not delay self-review? Is it not when we understand how self-review is measured? See, there are many factors that can be the direct cause of underperformance in the workplace or poor performance in the workplace. Some of them, may be lack of training, lack of qualifications, lack of experience, etc. No one likes to be an underperformer. And it's very hard to admit that we might be struggling at work or that our performance is not what we would like it to be. And when receiving a poor work performance review, it can be embarrassing, discouraging, and sometimes depressing. But poor performance can be cured. It's an issue that really worries managers and employees alike. It's of concern to senior managers because it's a measure of how effectively the organization is led. I want to ask, when is poor performance real? I want to know, when is it real? And is there a clear boundary between behavior, attitude, and misconduct? If you know there is truth to your manager's review and an improvement plan happens to exist that aligns specific goals and objectives, and you're still struggling to align yourself with those specific ways to improve your work performance, then you must just know that it is time for self-review and introspection. It's important to make a plan that will stick, a plan that will be a map to guide you in the journey of improvement, a plan that is specific because you want to complete more tasks. For example, detail the time of day when you are most attentive and assign it to completing those challenges and tasks. Ask the tough questions from your colleagues, from your management about what they think of your work ethic. Jot everything down in your head, on your phone, anywhere that you know you can be able to measure your plans against constructive criticism until such time that you are confident that these activities and goals are realistic for you. If not, start with smaller steps because it's really important to set for yourself clear milestones. Ours on this platform is a journey of finding ways in which we can be able to commercialize our lifestyles and drive out inefficiencies within our households and organizations. Ours is a journey of breeding cognizant individuals, distinct employees, and quality entrepreneurs. Do pledge allegiance. Nanau Silungsikhan.